Euro USD live NFP Friday, the 4th of October 2024 market direction with entry, stop loss, and take profit. And remember, on this very live stream, I'll be having a free giveaway. I'll be giving away something, so be sure to stick around so that you do not miss out on that towards the end of this video. Thank you so much for joining me. You know that every Monday to Friday, I get onto these live streams to basically be able to share what I believe the direction of the day is going to be like on the Euro USD. Now, if you do not know, the Euro USD is the world's most traded pair. So many people love trading this pair. Maybe one of the reasons could be because these two regions, that's Europe and the USA, they have so many transactions between them. So probably this is one of the reasons these too many transactions do happen. So thank you so much to whoever's joining right now. I greatly appreciate you taking your time and spending it with me every single morning. Now, every 8:30 a.m. my local time, that's East African time, I jump onto these live streams Monday to Friday. Or if you're using the New York time, that's exactly at 1:30 a.m. I get onto these live streams to be able to share what I believe the direction of the day is going to be like on the Euro USD. Now, I use my 50% win rate strategy, and this gives me a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio. So it is a very profitable strategy. So if you are out there and you do not have a strategy to trade, definitely this is going to be the strategy that you take home with yourself, so that maybe you don't just take my word for it. You go ahead, back test it, so that you prove and confirm that this is really a profitable strategy. So thank you so much to whoever's joining right now. I greatly appreciate you taking your time. But there is something I want to talk about. Let's talk about the relationship between risk management and profitability. So if you are a trader out there and you are not yet profitable, it's probably because you're messing up risk management. Now, let's try and imagine a situation where you are maybe following your risk well, and maybe you have 5 consecutive wins in a row, because this can happen. And then thereafter, you mismanage your risk and maybe end up risking badly. And this poor risking basically wipes out all the profits or all the gains you've made in the previous 5 trades. So you see how that can affect you. So if you are not consistent in your risk management, definitely you will not turn profitable in this market. So try and manage your risk right. So that's my word of advice. Hope you take it, because I see this a lot of times. I'm telling you, I have some students that always, they tell me, oh, I won 5 consecutive trades, but then I got a bit greedy and I wanted more. So on that 6th trade, when I got greedy, I wanted more. I risked a bit more than my risk parameter dictates. Then I ended up, losing much more than I had earlier made. So basically, this is something that keeps affecting people, and this is how they remain unprofitable. So this is one of the things that if you are a trader out there and you are not yet profitable, you should check on your risk management, because this is a huge part when it comes to profitability. If you want to become profitable, definitely your risk management should be in check. You should be able to manage your risk well as a trader, because in this game of trading, risk management is top priority, because we always have to find a way of preserving our capital. You don't just give away your capital back to the market. So once you've made money from the market, try and preserve that money as much as you can. So this is how you stay profitable. This is how you remain profitable in these markets, for you to be able to go a very long way in your trading journey. So so that is it right there. And for me, before I even jump onto the charts, there's some kind of routine I go through in the morning before I even get to the charts, I like to actually check what the fundamentals are saying for that particular day. And today, which is the 4th Friday of this is 4th of October, the Friday of 2024. So what the market dictates when it comes to the fundamentals, we are going to be checking that out right now. Let me try and share my screen so that you guys can be able to see exactly what I'll be seeing on my end. Let me try and share that just in a bit. You should be able to see my screen right now. So this is what we have for today, 4th October, Friday, 2024. So you can see at 3:30 my local time, or if you're using the New York time, that's exactly at 8:30 a.m. There will be average hourly earnings. It's a monthly report. They expect this to drop from 0.4% to 0.3%, and then there will be non-farm employment change. That's basically NFP, and they expect an increase from 142K to 147K. So then unemployment rate, this is forecasted to remain or stay the same from 4.2 to 4.2. Basically, it's going to stay the same. That's what they forecast. So basically, for me, what this means to me is usually if I have a trade running by that time, basically I'd like to manage my trade because I don't want this volatility when it comes into the market as these red folder news events drop. I don't want it to, to catch me on. So what I like to do is at least 5 minutes before these news events drop, I like to basically manage my trades. And how I do this is basically moving my stop loss to break even. If you're a trader out there and you don't know exactly how to do this, 5 minutes before the news drops, if you have a trade on, try and go to your chart and move your trade to break even. This way, even when this volatility kicks in, maybe if price doesn't just go to your TP and it first comes, weeks you out, that volatility might greatly affect you. Because if you, let's say, predetermined to maybe risk maybe 10 pips on that particular trade, you might end up getting slipped maybe 10 pips more, even 15 pips more than what you earlier anticipated. So for you to avoid this kind of loss, I highly suggest you manage your trades this way. 5 minutes before the news drops, move your stop to break even, and then once the news maybe is done, maybe in 15 minutes or 10 minutes, this is when you can move back your stop to the normal risk or the earlier predetermined risk, so that you have full risk on. So basically, this is how I do it, and it's how I've done it for the longest time, guys. So if you are out there and you don't know exactly how you should be managing your trades during these news events, especially if you're someone that does not trade news, this is what I believe you should be doing. So so basically that is it. So getting back to my strategy, it is a 50% win rate strategy with a 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio. It is a very profitable strategy. So if you are out there and you do not have a strategy to trade, definitely this is what I'm giving away free today. I'm going to be showing you and sharing everything about this strategy. So if you lack a profitable strategy to trade with, definitely this is a strategy that you're going to be taking home with yourself. Back test it very well so that you prove that it really works, because I'm telling you, it is a 50% win rate strategy with a 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio. So what does this mean? You're going to always stay profitable month after month, month after month. That is if you manage your risk well and your psychology is in check, because there are so many things that go on with trading. You don't only, master one thing. You might have the best strategy but still fail to make money because your risk management is not in check or your psychology is all over. So try and have all these areas in check, and this is how you stay profitable in the markets. This is how you stay on top of your trading game, and this is how you will always keep making money from these markets. So without any further ado, let's get onto the chart so that I'm able to show and share with you guys what I'll be looking at for today, the 4th of October 2024. So this is what we have on our chart. Let me try and widen so that you guys can see very well. So this is what we have for today, which is the 4th of October 2024. This is what we have on the chart now. What is it about my strategy? The strategy, it is a very simple strategy that even a complete beginner can be able to actually understand it and execute very well on it. So the strategy is basically a type of strategy that utilizes price action from the previous day. So we will look, this is what we had from yesterday, which was 3rd of October 2024. So the strategy utilizes the previous day's price action. So we are on the 1 hour time frame. So what I like to look out for from the previous day is what I like to call an area of interest. This can either be maybe an order block, it can be a fair value gap, or this can be equal highs or equal lows. So any of these, I consider them areas of interest, because what price likes to do on the next day is basically tap back into these areas. Price likes to move into these areas, grab any liquidity that is resting around these areas, and then once it has grabbed that liquidity, this is when our price actually reverses in the other direction. So it is how I crafted my strategy, and I'm telling you guys, it's a very profitable strategy. It is a very reliable strategy that anyone can actually trade this same exact strategy. So today, the 4th of October, what am I going to be looking at? Number one, if we are to look at yesterday's price action, this was it. It was a bit choppy. There were not any major movements except for this, because we had PMI yesterday. It kicked in from around here, so we had some kind of good bearish movement, and yeah, so that was it yesterday. So what am I looking at today, the 4th of October? So we see that price formed its low right here. So from its low to here to we can see that the only area of interest is this fair value gap right here. Let me try and mark it out for you guys so that you can see it very well. There was this fair value gap that formed right here. Formed right there. Hope you guys can see it very well. In the chats, let me know if you can see that very well. So yes, so there's this fair value gap that was formed from yesterday. So what I expect price is for price today to tap back into, once the London session kicks in, I would like price to tap into this area because it hasn't fully been closed. I don't know if you can see that price hasn't fully inversed this fair value gap. So I like for price to tap into this area. That's why I've marked out this level right here at 1.10255. I've marked out that level so that I want price to come tap into that. So this is what I'm trying to look at. What I'd like to happen for today is for price to tap us to the upside. So that's one level, that's one area that I'm going to be closely monitoring for today. So if price actually gets to it, then I'll be taking action right away. So that's one level I'm looking at. Then the other level, if I can zoom out so that you guys can see, the other level I'll be looking at is up here. So because yesterday after this break, you can see that these are very close to each other. So what I look out for is for price to come all the way up here, because there's another order block up here. So I'll put that out, and then this is when I would expect price to reverse to the downside. Though this is a longer short, obviously, this might not happen, but being an NFP day, anything can happen because price can be very volatile sometimes. So you might have to, wait and see what exactly will happen. So I would also expect this to happen in the market. So either price will come here and then reverses, or it will come to this level and then it reverses. But obviously, we are dealing with probabilities. Nothing is very certain when it comes to trading. So if you are trying to risk within your risk parameters. Don't overdo it, saying, "Oh, Gani, while he was on the live stream, he said price must do this." That's not how things work when it comes to trading. Trading, we are dealing with a game of probabilities. So anything can always happen in the market. Anything can happen. So basically is what I'm going to be looking at. So when it comes to entry, personally, how I enter, I drop down to the 5-minute time frame, and this is where I take my entries. And on the 5-minute time frame, what I like to look out for is basically inversion fair value gaps. Once an inversion fair value gap forms, this is when I make my entry. Now, if you do not know what an inversion fair value gap is, this is basically, maybe we had a fair value gap on the chart. So once price comes on the 5-minute time frame, because I'm showing you exactly, or I'm telling you exactly how I make my entries. So once price forms an inversion fair value gap, or once price covers a previously existing fair value gap, this is when I like to take my entry. And when it comes to the stop loss, I like to use 10 pips as my stop loss and 30 pips as my take profit. The reason I do it this way, it's just from experience, because experience has showed me that usually within that 10 pip stop loss margin, this is how price always it likes to respect this. Most of the times, if it's not going to take you out, it will always stay within that 10 pips stop loss. And then when it comes to the take profit, I use 30 pips as my TP. So, but remember, I always squeeze this to a 1 to 4 so that I'm able to make some extra profits from the market. So, so basically, this is what I'll be looking at today. Guys, remember to risk well. Do not over risk on your trades, because if you do that, you will never turn profitable. I'm telling you, if you do not manage your risk well, don't over leverage. Use the right lot size, use the right stop loss. Try and stay within your risk parameters, and then also avoid those minor execution errors, because sometimes maybe one might be panicking. Instead of tapping buy, they tap sell. Try and avoid those minor execution errors. Pay good attention to detail. When you're trading, you have to pay good attention to detail, because the slightest mistake that you make might end up costing you a lot of money. I'm telling you, it might end up costing you a lot of money. So basically, this is what I'm going to be looking at. If you have any questions for me, you can go ahead and ask those questions right in the comment section. I'll be gladly answering you back. So so this is it for today. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed this live stream. In case you did, please in the comments let me know. You can as well share this and as well like the video or like this live stream, because it enables YouTube to push this to more people like you that would love to get this kind of message. So thank you so much for watching. I wish you guys a very, very good trading day. So have yourselves a great day. Bye.